Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is episode 9 of your MLB the Show 22 franchise mode here with the Chicago Cubs. Now, I am a little irritated at myself. I forgot to lower down the game volume through my wavelength, so basically the entire episode, the entire 2 episodes that I recorded going through the year 2024 sounded like complete, utter fucking booty cheeks, to say the least. So, we're basically just going to do an overview of what happened during the year 2024, what I did and everything like that. So it'll be a little bit of a shorter episode. Very sorry about that. I did lower down the volume. I guess I totally forgot that I set it up through my wavelength and I just totally fucking ignored it by a mile. And, yeah, I just was being a fucking moron. So let's get into today's episode here. With the Chicago Cubs. So we'll just kind of look at each month and what we did throughout the year. So the Chicago Cubs went 94-68, just an absolutely amazing year. Kind of a slow start to start off the season, but then, you know, we started picking it up in the month of May, where we did really, really good. And that continued going into the month of June, where we even just picked it up even more. The All-Star game was great, where we get to see Devers be in the All-Star game, which was really cool and everything like that. So that was a really cool and nifty thing to see there. And then we move into August, which August was also another good month. And in our last month, we struggled a little bit losing to some of our divisional teams. But in the end, it didn't really matter because we took the top of the division. And now we're going to be going up against the Philadelphia Phillies in the very first round of playoff action, which I honestly think will be very, very exciting for us, you know, us Cubs fans, because it's going to be a very exciting series. Now, we did very good this year. The Brewers, who struggled massively this year, they lost a lot of their big players, and, you know, they had to deal with that little bit of that decline, so it was up to us to take upon that opportunity and just really run with it. And everything we did was amazing. Our fielding, our ERA was not terrible. We definitely could be better, but our slugging and average was absolutely amazing this year. And even compared to the Dodgers, our slugging is definitely not as good as the Dodgers, but we'll probably be a team if we do move past the Philadelphia Phillies, who were pretty good as well. It could be a team, once we move past the Phillies, might be a team that we have to face, and the Dodgers, who are going to be going up against a wild card team, so they probably get one of the easier teams out of the selection. So, moving forward, though, we'll look into the All-Stars and everything like that. I guess the awards came out, too, so I guess we could take a look at all that as well. So your MVP go to Matt Olson this year. Ryan Mountcastle was last year there. Walker Buehler 2 years in a row winning the Cy Young. He has just been absolutely amazing, and he just had an amazing year. We're going to have to go up against Zach Wheeler as well from the Phillies, who was absolutely amazing for the Phillies this year, and I'm kind of scared of going up against him, and we have to also go up against Aaron Nolan as well. So we're going to be going up against a pretty tough team in the Philadelphia Phillies, so it's going to be a pretty difficult series. Bryce Harper, who won the batting title this year, he was absolutely incredible with Jan Soda and Mookie Betts falling right behind him. Iglesias there for the Marlins, winning the reliever of the year. Marquez wins the Rookie of the Year, which absolutely deserves it. He was amazing this year, 4.44 ERA. Marquez had an amazing year, especially an amazing start. He had 8, not scoreless innings, but went out there, had 8 strikeouts. Really gave us a good chance to win, and I think we won that game if I'm not correct. So, amazing guy. Definitely deserved winning Rookie of the Year. Jan Soda wins the Hank Aaron Award there. Great job for him. Gold Glove. Hey, Gold Glove goes to Marcus Stroman. Attaboy. Let's go, buddy. So we have a Gold Glover winner in Marcus Stroman. I think that's about it, but those are the rest of the Gold Glovers for the rest of the league here as we just kind of slowly go through them all. Cotunias. Hey, Silver Slugger of the Year there for catching. Attaboy. Matt Olson, Chris Taylor. Austin Riley. I don't think any of our other guys have won any other awards there. Harper with the outfield, and then also Gallo. And then there is that it. But we'll look at the rest of the team now here, and we'll talk about every player. So Marichal, he got injured midway through the season. He got smacked with a big old, I think it was a broken arm or ankle or something like that. It was very unfortunate to see Marichal fall down to an injury, but he almost played 100 games and still was very good in those 100 games. 273 average, 39 RBIs. He was very good for the team, especially in that leadoff spot. Absolutely amazing for us once again. And I've been surprised because, I mean, he's been having full years for us the past 2 years. So seeing him have a, kind of an injury-riddled year was kind of upsetting to see. But still a great year from Nick Marichal. Seiya Suzuki, he played up in that second spot. We play him in a little bit of a different spot this year since Nico Herner wasn't amazing. We kind of wanted to change things up a little bit. And it actually worked really, really well. And Devers had an amazing year. What a pickup. He made it into the All-Star game, which I forgot to show you guys. But we only had 2 All-Star guys that made it in, which was Josh Hader and Devers, who Devers had in an amazing season for the Cubbies. 296, 100 RBIs. Incredible year for Rafael Devers, just throwing up in another incredible year as he just continues to grow as a player. Nico Herner as well, pretty good year for him. He was also injured there for a bit. He played just a little bit less games than Nick Marichal. Patrick Wisdom also had a massive season himself. He had 35 home runs, 104 RBIs. He was absolutely massive for the Chicago Cubs this year. And then Ian Happ was following right behind him with also another career year for Ian Happ as well. Just the average was absolutely insane for hitting 310 for the very first time in his career as well. Hernandez, 265, which he was amazing this year as well. Finally getting back in that home run club, which I'm very happy to see there from Hernandez. And a really good year average-wise, and a great year slugging percentage-wise compared to what he was last year. Frank Swindle as well had a good year taking over first base, and then Wilson Contreras did pretty good. And you got Davis, 274. Berta did pretty good. He's going to be one of our depth guys coming towards this playoff, especially since his speed is absolutely magnificent. Garcia as well, and then John Hicks. So that kind of shapes up our bench there going into the playoffs. And you might have seen a new guy. You might have seen a new guy on the team, and that is John Means, who we picked up from the Baltimore Orioles this year. We did a massive trade where we traded away Justin Steele, as you guys know, used to be our old late relief pitcher. We also traded away Royce Lewis, that A potential infielder there. And then we also traded away, why am I forgetting his name? I'm forgetting his name, but he was he was another player on the team. Sierra. He was one of our guys that was a depth center fielder for the team, so we also sent him off to the Baltimore Orioles, and I can show you guys all those guys that we traded away, I guess, now, and see how well they did throughout the end of the season there. So yeah, we traded them all to the Baltimore Orioles to pick up John Means, who was a very big pickup for us. So we traded away Justin Steele, now he is with them, and then we also traded away Royce Lewis as well to the Baltimore Orioles. And then also in Magnus Ciaria as well. So we dumped him off to the Orioles. Just some players that, weren't fitting very well in the squad anymore. They needed to go to some new places, so that's what we did. And we picked up a very good, starting rotation guy in John Means, who most likely will be starting up this playoff run for us alongside of Stroman. Marquez was amazing. Unfortunately, we have C's out of the lineup, so we're having to rely big time on Manea, Means, and Stroman, and hopefully Azulia will give us some good innings as well against the Phillies. And in our bullpen, Suarez is absolutely improving massively, and I'm really, really excited about Suarez. We picked him up. We signed him to a really nice contract for the next few years. Great bullpen hand. Hewer had a rough start, but really started to bounce back near the end. Jimenez was pretty okay. Roman Wick, we started using him a little bit. He was pretty good. Blake Trennan, 3.50 ERA. He was good. Will Smith. And then Josh Hader, our big bullpen guy, our big closer. He was magnificent this year. 52 saves. He was an incredible, great bounce back year from the guy. And he was really good for us. And then Miguel Castro. He was one of our mid-relief guys. He's been not bad. He had a really rough start off to the season as well. But he's bounced back near the end. So there is the season. We didn't do very much else. We signed some depth players in like Brandon Howard and, like I said, the guy in John Berta. He was another guy that we just picked up for some extra depth to the team, and then Brendan Crawford. So just some depth guys here and there for the upcoming playoff run that we're going to be going on here very, very soon. We're also missing Dylan Cease out of the lineup. He had a very rough season for himself, a 5.50 ERA, but he started doing good near the end, but he had a really rough season, so hopefully he'll be able to bounce back in this upcoming playoff run and be that big hand that we really need him to be. Because he's one of our big rotation hands. He struggled throughout the year, so he's one of our big rotation hands coming up for this playoff run. So before I end the episode, we'll check out the Philadelphia Phillies and see how they look. So this is how the Phillies look for this upcoming playoff run. We got Mizunado, who is a very speedy guy, to say the least. He's going to be a very speedy guy. Doesn't steal the bases a whole lot, but a guy that I think we could take advantage of right off the get-go. But then afterwards, you got Alec Baum, great contact hitter, Bryce Harper, who's going to smack you a few times at least. Then you got Mikhail Sano right after that. Castilius, another guy that could hit a few dingers, and great contact guy. J2 Realmuto, Segaria, they got a really good hitting rotation. Not just that, they're also missing Kyle Schwarber out of the lineup, who's out with a pulled shoulder. Once he gets back into this fucking lineup here, now I don't know why I'm calling it a rotation, but once he gets back in the lineup, he's going to be deadly for the Phillies, and he's going to be another big hitter that we're going to have to deal with. 3 big hitters. I mean, you know, we got 3 big hitters as well, no doubt about that. When you talk about Devers, Turner's, Wisdom, Happ, Hernandez, we got a lot of big home run hitters that can take him out of the park as well, so it'll be interesting to see what will happen going into the next round. And in the Phillies, Aaron Nolan and Zach Wheeler, 2 very, very scary guys that we got to go up against. A great 1-2 punch. They definitely pay these guys the big money, and we know why, because they are absolutely incredible guys. So we're gonna definitely have we have in our pockets full with these 2 guys that we got to go up against. And then Rangers, Suarez, Matthew Boyd, and Chad Cole, all great guys. And then Bailey Falter, and then the rest of the bullpen, which is definitely not the strongest bullpen in the world. So I definitely think we could potentially take advantage of their mid-relief core. So once we can get Aaron Nolan and Zach Wheeler out of there, we can start focusing on these guys. It's just that first step is going to be the hardest step of getting these guys out and then dealing with their bullpen. For us, our bullpen is quite strong, so even if we do get nailed, we could throw out our bullpen hands and be, you know, pretty hopeful that our bullpen will be able to carry us a decent amount of the way. So, for now, guys, sorry, guys, for messing up the recordings, but I definitely didn't want to upload those types of videos because the audio was absolute AIDS, and the way that it sounded just did not sound very good. So, I thought I would just re-record and do a quick overview of what we did throughout the year 2024. So, for now, guys, I'm going to end the video here. In the next episode, we got some playoff action, so be ready for that. So, it should be absolutely exciting. But for now, guys, I'm going to end it all here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Adios, amigos.